Panther Nation podcast. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Oh, cut it. Cut right. And I would like to introduce one of the hottest podcasts in Carolina history. Let's go. Yeah. Talk, let's chat. We got time to chop it up. Talking analytics and fantasy draft. You know what's up. Panther Nation representing. Cause this is where we talk that. Talk that's so incredible. Make them rewind that talk back. Pause. Talking Panthers football, we discussing it all. On and off the field, you know exactly who to call. You know we the #1 podcast. Competition is non-existent, you need to stop that. Pause. It's an honor to be a Panther fan, pause. At Bank of America, that is where we ball. Coming to the jungle, then you gonna feel the pause. Winning the trophy for the city, it is the call. Black, white, and blue, we going Carolina strong. And this is the conversation where everyone belongs. Discussing all the numbers and topics, you know we got it. We the hottest podcast and we poppin', let's go.
QueenCityPodcastNetwork.com.
That's pretty weird. Yo, what's cracking, Panther Nation? It's your boy Rashad and Dave in the building. What's good with y'all? It's Tuesday. We back week before Christmas. What's good with you, Dave? How's it going, man?
Doing good, man. Crazy day. Crazy week. I went to the Celebration Bowl over the weekend, caught on some of the news about these coaching hires. Saw one of them pop up today, man. He has a little bit of NFL affiliation too. You heard about it?
Shout to Mike Vick.
Yeah, man. He out here coaching the Beholders, man. Shout out to Norfolk State too. Phenomenal hire for y'all, guys. Phenomenal hire for y'all.
Yes. If you haven't heard, Michael Vick is now the head coach of the Norfolk State Spartans, the Legion.
Right.
Salute
not the
to
Legion,
just
the band.
But... That's the band. The band is the Legion. You know what I mean?
The band is the Legion.
I know what I'm talking about, Dave. Come on, man. Behold the green and gold. Come on, man. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Shout out to Norfolk State, man.
Nah, it's a phenomenal hire for Norfolk State. Phenomenal hire for them. And I think, considering they've never won a MEAC conference title, a football conference title, I think we're gonna see what's gonna happen, man. It's gonna be fascinating. I know we got a couple of Falcon fans in the chat. They get lost over here occasionally. So I think this is a good hire for y'all, man. Phenomenal hire for Norfolk. Shout out to him.
Yeah, he's back home, so that's dope. VA.
Yeah, it is. Yep. I wouldn't want to live where he's from. You ever been to Newport News?
No, I'm straight.
Bruh.
I'm cool on that. All right, so that's little HBCU news. If you're not familiar, I'm a salute to that. Anything else is going on, Dave? You good?
Oh no, life is good, man. Can't complain one bit. I apologize for not being here last week. I was sick as a dog last week, but other than that, everything was good.
Yeah, man, they know what time it is, man. Everybody get a little day off every now and then, man.
Nah, that ain't me. That ain't me, but I would have been crawling on this show. Y'all used to complain about me dozing off on this thing. I would have been out of here in 5 minutes, bro. It was bad last week.
It's all good, man. We glad that you back and healthy. It's all good.
Yeah.
For me, man, nothing this weekend. I was chilling, not doing too much, which is always great, man. You get to relax and gather yourself on the weekend. And I'm just trying to hit Friday, man. This show is probably going to be a little shorter, maybe not, depending on how things go. I have a pretty big project to work on tomorrow morning, so I got to get right for that. And after that is complete, I got to make it through Friday. Then I'm off all next week, so I'm just trying to make it to Friday, bro. Just trying to make it to Friday, man.
It's funny. I was off today. I took a half day today. I had appointments, and then I'm working all this week. I'm working Monday, and then I'm flying down to South Carolina Tuesday. So I'll be down in Myrtle Beach. I should be down in Myrtle Beach on Tuesday night. Yo, Grandizer, bro, is rare. Like the last time I was sick was when I got COVID, and that was like years ago. So yeah, sick is it takes a lot to take me out for more than one day. So
that's good. I don't get sick that often either, and when I do get sick, it's not too crazy. Sometimes when depending on how often or the frequency, sometimes because I don't get sick very often, it does kind of get me pretty good. But it's all good, man. We all good. We here. We healthy. It's all good. Let's go ahead and get into this content, Dave. Got a lot to talk about. Panther related, some not Panther related. All ties back to the Panthers ultimately, but we'll talk about it. Let's get into it, Dave. Dave, you see Travis Hunter, Heisman Trophy winner.
Shout out to him.
How you feel about that?
Oh, I thought it was the right decision. Fun fact, he is the first guy to ever play FCS to win the Heisman Trophy.
Dope.
Shout out to Jackson State. Shout out to Jackson State.
Shout out to Deion. You got to shout out Deion because that don't happen without Deion Sanders, bro.
That's a fact.
Give Deion his props.
No. And I think I'll be honest with you, man. And folks know I've been the most critical of Deion with certain things, but I gotta give him props this season. I think Colorado was more about the players this year than it was about him, and I think that was good for Travis. And I think it was a no-brainer. I know there was a debate about whether or not he should win the Heisman. It ended up being a close vote too, but Travis, dog, what he was doing in Colorado was ridiculous, bro. Ridiculous.
He's like that, man. He's a really talented player. And you know who else thinks he's like that, Dave?
Panthers.
Dave Canales seems to think he's like that as well. When asked about a potential two-way player, a guy like Travis Hunter, Coach Canales goes on to say this, quote, I think about Deion Sanders, He has a way to do it, Coach Prime. He's right there with someone who can mentor him to do some of that. I think it would be a challenge. I think it would be a good challenge, a good problem to talk through for any team to get a player of that caliber. Dave, Travis Hunter, a Panther confirmed or not? What we thinking?
If he's sitting there at that spot, he's there. It's not. It shouldn't even be a discussion point. I think if we're sitting there, but we're gonna have to be at 3 to get him.
At least, I would
we're gonna have to be at 3 to get him. Like I don't. The way the order's now, right now we're sitting at 5. But we will have to be at 3 to get him.
You sure about that, Dave?
Yeah. When I looked at Tankathon this morning, the Panthers was at 5.
Yeah, you're right.
We're at 5.
I thought we had went up, but
strength of schedule. We was up to 3, but the Patriots didn't play yet. Yeah. And the Patriots lost. We fell, and we had all this crazy ties. So
you're right. You're right.
But he going at 3 guys.
All right, real quick, man. We got to get a couple of super chats. Shout out to my man Christian. He is in the building already with 2 super chats. He says, like the video, 125 viewers and not even 50 likes. I see about 300 people and climbing. Obviously, we get the Twitter viewers or X viewers as well, included in the number that I see. So we got about 300 people in the building, man. As you come in, please hit that like button, subscribe button, notification bell, all that stuff. Get in the comments. Help us get to 25,000 subscribers. We're close. Almost 1,000 folks away from hitting 25K. Let's make that happen. Christian says, again, keep them lights going, man. Christian, appreciate that. I appreciate those super chats, man. Really, really appreciate that. But Dave, I mean, Travis Hunter, hell of a player. I thought they was going to try not to give it to him at some point, but
it was a close vote.
Do you want me to pod though? Really?
Go ahead, man.
Travis Hunter absolutely deserves the daggum Heisman. Let's start there. But man, this guy, it was nobody like nobody was really like taking it like that. Like Gentry. Yeah, that's cool.
2,000 when you running for over $2,000.
Yeah, but who you running on with $2,000 against? That matters, bro.
And
I don't know. It matters. It matters. No, it matters. Yes, it matters. It matters. It certainly matters.
This coming from a guy that McNair didn't win the Heisman because they said the same stuff, but nobody had the numbers that McNair had. Don't matter, man. When you out here,
yeah, but you gotta. I mean, you gotta do it against some. You gotta.
He ended up being the best player that came out of that draft.
Yeah, you gotta do it against some solid. And again, yeah, you can cherry pick. You can cherry pick some anomalies, right? But for the most part, bro, like, come on, man. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck, man. Like.
But you could argue the same stuff when it comes because the Big 12 is not a Big 12 ain't exactly the strongest conference now either. Now let's
stay there. If Travis Hunter continued to do what he did at Jackson State, is he getting the Heisman?
Absolutely not. Because they wouldn't get the problem is
my case.
No. But we know why, dude. Like why.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. At the same, it's a different level, but it's the same. It's the same argument.
There's some players that would get like incredible numbers, but because of what jersey they're wearing, it's not going to mean as much. Like was it Randall L? There was some quarter was the one that was in Indiana or Illinois. One of them quarterbacks that had these crazy banana numbers, but they played for Indiana, so it didn't really matter that much. So like
bro,
it just
you gotta when it comes to Heisman, what you're doing. Let's be honest. Although Colorado may not be the best, the Big 12 may not be the best conference. Who was on TV all the time?
Mm-hmm.
I'll wait. Who was consistently on TV? Prime in Colorado. They were consistently on TV. You can find their games.
But this did happen.
Again, a salute to that.
This did happen.
Salute to that. But at the end of the day, it's still Boise State.
Yes, Joe. Yes, if he was in the Big Ten or SEC, he would have won. He would have won the Heisman.
Would have.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Absolutely would have won the Heisman. 1,000%.
Is it fair? Now, is it fair? I don't think so. Because dog, 2,000 yards is still 2,000 yards, bro. Like
it's incredible stat.
It is bananas. Now, don't get me wrong. I thought Hunter should have won this because, like, you don't get two-way players like this often. Like, that's a rare breed. And, like, he won the freaking Bilenikoff, bro. Hunter won the Bilenikoff. Like, you gotta give at that point. You gotta give it to him. You gotta give it to him. So I understand. I understand. Some folks feel the way because Hunter got it over Gentry, but nah, it just sucks because typically 2,000 yard rushing season, that's Heisman. Typically, it's one of the rare breed times where it doesn't happen. But ain't too many two-way players around in these streets nowadays either.
It's definitely not. And salute to Travis Hunter, man. I ain't want to get into some long, drawn-out discussion about Travis, but he deserved it. He's going to be a great player in NFL, and just I hope for his sake that his wifey and him can get that joint figured out because it's a lot of drama going on. Well, not
it's called it's called everybody else need to mind their business. That's what that's called. No, that's what that's called. That
agreed.
Everybody else need to mind their business. There is not because the thing is, you guys in that relationship. They are. They'll figure that out. That ain't y'all business to find out. And quite frankly, I was kind of furious. And I'll say this, and then we can keep moving on. I was kind of furious that they both went live. I wouldn't have gave y'all no time because it ain't y'all relationship.
It ain't. But at the same time, when you put it out there for public fodder, they're both on social media all the time. That's what comes with it. You invite people into your business. But I agree with you though, Dave. Just for the record.
Yeah. Here's my thing. Hunter is prepared for that, right? Because Hunter have had things all around him pretty much since he probably been in middle school because of how good he was, right? His girlfriend ain't, his fiance ain't, she ain't. That shouldn't be expected of her. That's my point. And he's young, dude. Like it's that man got a whole life ahead of him.
Agreed.
So
I agree with you. I'm just playing devil's advocate. But
I know. I mean, the bottom line is he's gonna learn to leave. He gonna learn to leave that stuff be, bruh. He gonna learn to ignore y'all tweets.
Salute to Hunter, man. I hope he goes to. I want him. I want him as a Panther. I ain't gonna lie. I think he'd be a great addition. We'll talk more about that a little bit later. But I do think it's going to be interesting in regards to where the Panthers pick and where he goes and who else is going to be available because, the streets is saying, edge rushers, where we want to go. People talking about my Abdul Carter, they're calling him Micah Parsons clone and whatnot. So it's going to be interesting as to where we go and where we end up picking and who we take. I think there's plenty of ways we can go, whether it's Mason Graham, whether it's an edge rusher, whether it's Travis Hunter. At the end of the day, we're going to get a good player where we're sitting at in the top 5 potentially, and I'm happy about it. I'm not going to. I think you would have to go, and I'm on the side of BPA. So I'm always going to be on the side of BPA. But
those 3 players are going to probably be BPA.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. But I'm always going to go on the side of BPA rather than reach for a player for the sake of position. So again, I agree with Dave, Hunter, Carter. All these guys are definitely probably going to be BPA. depending on the Panthers board. So it's going to be interesting. I'm excited. I'm excited to get another player, and we're going to talk about the defense a little bit later, but I can see us definitely going defense. All these guys that we're talking about are defense.
Defensive guys, bro.
I can also see wide receiver. I can see it.
I think if we get another win, it'll probably end up being 10 then. Because then you're in 10 range.
Do you see another dub on the schedule day?
Who else we play? Got 3 games left, right?
Yeah, we got the Cardinals, you got the Atlanta and the Bucks again.
Oh, Jesus.
See a dub or no?
Atlanta's at home, right?
No, the only game at home for us is Cardinals. Our last 2 games on the road.
If we don't win this weekend, we ain't winning no more.
It just depends what Panthers team shows up, because
that too. I still haven't watched the game yet. I took y'all advice and decided not to watch the game.
Yeah, don't watch it, bro. We ain't gonna really dive in. We're gonna talk about the game a little bit in certain scenarios, but we're not gonna waste our time. I'm gonna warn y'all right now, I don't have a deep dive topic, because again, there's really nothing. We got completely manhandled. All 3 facets of the game. So
did you watch the Celebration Bowl?
No, I did not.
Oh, you did not watch the game? Oh, I was gonna ask you who got manhandled more, South Carolina State or Carolina.
I watched the Panthers manhandling, so I'm gonna go with the Panthers.
Yeah, bro. I saw what happened to South Carolina State was bad, bro. Did we give up a 19-play drive for a touchdown?
We gave up like 200 plus on the ground.
All right, South Carolina State didn't do that. All right, carry on. Move on.
Yeah, pretty bad. All right, let's keep it moving. We gotta talk about your boy. This it's like as the world turns, bro. This man keeps digging himself a bigger
bro. Can we have a discussion about?
Let's discuss it,
bro. Like, this is what happens when betting on yourself goes wrong.
Yeah.
This whole thing, because he was the top guy in Charlotte. He was the top guy, and he was like, "I'm tired of losing. I don't like this. Get me out of here." And so he goes to Baltimore. And y'all remember what I said when he went to Baltimore? Did you remember what I said when he went to Baltimore?
Yeah,
you don't even recall, do you?
I don't remember what you said. You said a lot. You talk a lot, Dave. So I can't.
Oh yeah, I know I do. But that's how takes work. I talk a lot. So I said at best he would be the 4th option in Baltimore. That's what I said.
I told
at best he would be the 4th option. My man got insulted by his former coach, Mike Tomlin, when they played the Steelers. Somebody asked him about how y'all playing it for Deontay Johnson, and Tomlin was like, not a relevant enough player to even be on my radar to even worry about. And he's only had 1 catch.
Yeah.
1 catch, barely snaps, getting breaks to not even have to come to activities. This dude redefined fumble in the bag. He redefined it.
He did. Not a good look for Deontay, man. He was suspended for 1 game after he refused to go into the game after some issues with the Philadelphia Eagles. And then now, basically him and Coach Harbaugh, they had a mutual agreement that his services were not going to be needed for the next game. So they have not released him yet, which is interesting. Like, why not? If it's going down,
I wonder if it's because of the trade and they just need to keep him on the roster or something like that. I don't know. I have no idea. Let me be clear. But I'm wondering because, dog, like, we just saw somebody just quit on the team and they suspended for the rest of the season. Yeah, you remember? You saw that, right?
Yeah. So you talking about
San Fran? Yeah,
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
But now it's oh my God.
Fumbling the bag, B.
Carlo, this is a great question. I'm still probably leaning Deontay here, even though Deontay might have a chance of playing the league. I don't know if Devondre Campbell will ever play in the league again. Dog, when you walk on your teammates when they really need you, that's kind of tough to get back from. But then again, somebody probably would have signed him. That's why they made it. That's why they wanted to make sure they could suspend him instead of releasing him. I think they wanted to release him, but that pretty much rewards him because then somebody will definitely sign him. So suspending them was probably the smart thing to do. So
I don't know, bro.
DJ's probably worse. DJ's worse. I'm leaning towards
bro.
DJ.
It's nasty work out here, man.
He asked to leave. He asked to leave. He got his wish, and he was out here getting.
I told you.
He was out here getting rocked. He ain't getting no love over in Baltimore.
It's comical, bro, because how you go from wide receiver 1 to nothing.
Not mentioned at all. Hey, your bodyguards with you. Wally verse better than yours.
Had a spark when you started. Now you just garbage, man.
Jesus.
Goodness.
Battle of mid is hilarious.
Crazy. Real quick before we move on, I want to hit Knucklehead K's super chats here. Is Travis, this is going back to the prior topic, is Travis more of a CB or wide receiver in the NFL? Definitely cornerback. Yeah, definitely better cornerback. But I do see packages for him in the NFL as a wide receiver. He's too talented. You gotta get creative, and I think whoever gets him will get him on the field as a wide receiver or as a utility guy in some way, shape, or form or fashion. But ultimately,
10 to 15 plays at wide receiver, but the rest gonna be corner.
Yeah, I agree. And shout out to Knucklehead K again, which like, subscribe, and join Patreon. Appreciate that. Appreciate all the love. All right. There's a couple side conversations regarding wide receivers. Might be a good time to go ahead and sprinkle this conversation in. Dave, they're talking a lot of Coker talk in the chat. A lot of Coker talk about him being wide receiver 1 and him being the best wide receiver on the squad. You rocking with that?
Easily. No, he the one. Like, I mean, he is the one, and he earned it. And I'm happy that he earned it because he deserved it. Now he's the one. Like, I know some folks probably feel away because he's the one because he wasn't a first round pick, but you can find pretty good wide receivers outside the first round guys.
This goes to show you can find talent anywhere in the draft, bro. Literally anywhere.
And even if you don't get drafted, you can find them in UDFA.
As long as you got the right scheme and you coach them and they're coachable, bro, you can find talent anywhere. You don't have to be picking number 1 up overall. That just goes back to the conversation from a couple days ago. When people just like, man, let's lose to get the top pick, bro. It does not matter.
It doesn't matter, bro.
It literally doesn't matter. Let's just get the
scouting team matters,
right? Yeah, and your coaching matters. Your coaching, your develop how you utilize these players once you get them matters. We've seen all these players that we've gotten like just fumbled over and over, and then they all bust, and we all looking around like it's their fault. It's not all the players' fault. This coaching situation they get pulled into is trash too.
But we just had this discussion about Gentry and Travis Hunter and where they do it and all the other stuff. Coker played for Holy Cross, guys, FCS program. But when you look at the tape,
basically what y'all talking about, he should have been in talks for the Heisman. though. He should be a Heisman Trophy winner.
I mean, he had
based on the numbers. He should be
Coker didn't have Heisman numbers, but my point is, you can find NFL talent anywhere. So, like, I know we're always enamored with the Power 5 because that's like the easy route. But there's some dogs down in FCS too. There's some dogs in Division 2. There's some dogs everywhere. They're everywhere. And don't worry, shout out to my boy Blue, shout out to Zach. He's gonna be back on the show because we're gonna have some discussion points once we get closer to draft time to have some discussions about.
We definitely need to get him on the show more than just once during the draft period because there's too many guys coming out that are really, really good, and I don't think at being where we come from, Dave, I think we can highlight them more. We talk about those guys all the time, and going to the FCS schools. I mean, we should definitely put more light on those guys. So I definitely.
I got to meet Zach during that Celebration Bowl over the weekend, and the thing that makes Zach so unique, man, a lot of folks who break down FCS, there ain't too many folks who break down not just because most folks only focus on the big conferences in FCS. He covers the entire FCS from HBCUs, big conferences, whatever, big conference, small conference, doesn't matter. So he knows FCS probably better than anybody that I know. So we're definitely gonna get him on the show, and I know he'll love to come back on the show.
Shout out to Wade. He says Dan Morgan sent Deontay to the Night's Watch. The Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones reference, guy. Dog, damn, Deontay. Got him up out of here, bro. Goodness gracious. All right, let's talk about these injuries. Somebody already mentioned the shot to Knucklehead K. who said Trevin Wallace on IR. Yes, Trevin Wallace is done for the season. Add that to the long list of our all of our rookies have been banged up. This rookie class is on the precipice of doing something very, very good, and we just can't. The injuries are just killing us. Trevin Wallace on IR. Brooks is done for the season. Xavier Legette's been battling injuries apparently since he got drafted. It's just not cool at all. Even Coker missed a couple of games. Even though he's not technically drafted, but he's still part of that. I consider him as part of that class. He's missed a couple.
He made
of games.
the team. He's part of the class.
Yeah. So it's just across the board, man. Injuries are just really killing us, and it really sucks because a guy like him, Trevin was really coming into his own. And those snaps, and I say it all the time, bro. You cannot replace game reps. You know what I mean? So he needs to get out there and see those game reps. And unfortunately, he will miss the remainder of the season. And we are just super thin because guess what? Not just him, Sherlis, his basically right-hand man, who was also a part of this class. If you want to be honest, he should be part of the class too. He's kind of cut from that Coker claw. If you really want to talk about it.
But he's not a rookie though. He's not a rookie.
Okay, my bad. I thought he was
not
my fault.
Nah, he's not a rookie.
Sherlis is gone for the season as well with the toe injury. So the man that came in to basically replace Trevin is also now gone as well. And so we are super thin, super duper duper thin at linebacker, and it ain't cool. It's not cool at all. You got Josey Jewell and I believe another Radigan who we assigned in the offseason or at some point during the season. He is now starting linebacker as well. So you want to talk about the run game and why we can't stop the run? That's part of the reason why as well, is we got these linebackers. First of all, you got a rookie who's trying to get adjusted to the situation. And then you got, linebackers who aren't experienced. They've got to fill these gaps. They got a job to do in the run game too. So it's not just about up front. The linebackers have a job to do as well. And if they're not, fitting those run gaps, then we got issues. Or the run lane. So it's a problem. And Xavier Legette he's got a groin injury. He's day-to-day, missed a lot of snaps during the game. Just injuries are killing us, bro. Injuries are killing us across the board. Not cool at all. Dave, anything else you want to add to this?
Nah, these are some tough losses, man. Shout out to Claude Charles. He's HBCU grad, went to Alcorn State. Trevin Wallace, man, I love Trevin swag, bro. I really love Trevin swag. So it's kind of sucked. It kind of sucks that we lost two of our freaking linebackers for the season, But injuries have been, like you said, bro. Injuries have been a challenge. I mean, it's a war of attrition in the NFL. It's a war of attrition in the NFL.
It is. But we also can't complain either. Like it's other teams
like Detroit,
the Cowboys,
bruh.
The Cowboys too, and they still you gotta have a talented roster. That's why these conversations continue to happen because our roster is just not up to par. My bad, Dave. I'll cut you off. My fault.
Nah, you good. So but like if we're talking about, I'm hoping that Legette is going to be available, but we'll see, man. Groin injuries ain't exactly the most comfortable things to have. So, but now I was talking about Detroit. Like Detroit got like close to 20 players on IR, bro, and most of them are on defense.
Yeah, it's no excuse. It's no excuse. You have to build a talented roster from top to bottom. You can't just be top heavy, and that's what I wouldn't argue that we're top heavy, but we don't have depth at really good depth at all.
We like that. We don't have depth. We don't have depth.
Hell, let me chill. All right. My fault there. I was about to say some shit. I'm trying to be positive. I ain't want to go there. But all right, so here we go. To replace both of those guys on the roster, we did sign wide receiver Dan Chesnia, and also we got Jacob Windman from the practice squad. So both of those guys have been to play for the rest of the season. And then John Radigan, who I just talked about, he played his first snaps of defense last week. He will also be on the field starting. So starting inside linebackers are going to be Josey Jewell and John Radigan, who's a special teams ace. So that's where we are. To answer this question, Cash. So I appreciate that super chat. All right. Joe Clarity said the training staff be handing out Skittles instead of pain meds. Placebos, bro. Placebo effect. But yeah, man. Not cool. Appreciate that. A super chat, Joe Clarity. Nokia K. So Ocho, right? Bet you ain't eating it. Yeah. Thanks. I bet you they ain't eating McDonald's. Salute to Ocho. Yeah.
Yo, when Ocho was talking about when he gets at McDonald's, I'll be crying, bro.
I believe him too. I don't know. So, like, I really believe he eats McDonald's like that. And
No, he does. No, he absolutely does. He absolutely, and he did when he was in the league too. He explained everything. Why?
He did.
He did. McDonald's.
He did. He definitely said that, man. He got a damn builds up that tolerance, bro. He said I wasn't getting injured because I was eating McDonald's every day. Everybody trying to be healthy. But that's funny though, Knucklehead K. That's pretty funny. All right. Let's keep it going. All right, let's keep it moving.
Yo,
all right,
Ocho
Pro
would be a
Bowl.
wild interview.
Yeah, Ocho would be crazy.
That would be a wild interview, bro.
All right, don't forget to vote for the Pro Bowl. Again, we not doing too well in the voting, so I don't anticipate us having too many Pro Bowls, but that shouldn't stop.
How many players think we're gonna get? We're probably gonna get one, aren't we?
Maybe one, and I think we'll get a couple alternates, excuse me, because guys will decline not to go. So I think we could have some alternates jump in at the end of the day. But anyway, go vote, man. Go get it. Let's get us a guy in the Pro Bowl. I know we got some developers or something that watch this. Go create a bot or something. Create a bot and let's run the Pro Bowl up.
Don't be out here making bots, man. That's why it's hard to get Jordans now. Don't be out here making these bots. I'll be out here trying to get my size 15s and it'd be very disappointing. I'll be out here making bots.
It is what it is, man. All right, let's keep this thing moving. Patreon.com/PanthasNationPC. I got another game to give away. I'm just gonna hit the Discord to give it away because y'all don't. I'm just gonna ask who want to go because every time I put it out there, like every time I pull a winner, they can't go. So I'm just gonna ask in the Discord if you are a Patreon member at the MVP level. Obviously at the MVP level. We'll start there, and I'm just gonna ask who want to go to the game on Sunday. You know what I mean? Because the game is this Sunday. If you could pull up, let's eat. If you want to become a Patreon member, patreon.com/PanthasNationPC. And when I say, hey, you want to go? You better first come, first serve. All right. So I don't know when I'm gonna do it, but just be ready. Be ready. All right. So that's how I'm gonna do that one. Join that Patreon, hit the Discord, and probably tomorrow afternoon I'll make a post. And salute to all the franchise folks, and we salute to all the free agents as well. Dave, would you like to talk about Underdog?
I can talk about Underdog. Shout out to them to start it off. And it's NFL playoff best ball time, guys. I made some dough during the Super Bowl, during the playoffs last year. So I want you guys to go ahead and hop in these drafts for best ball. Go to underdogfantasy.com. Use the promo code PNP when you sign up because it really helps out the channel, guys. And I made over $2,000 last year in best ball, and you can too. I think they have one tournament that's like $2 million in prizes. Let me double check because I don't want to be misquoting folks because then they'll come after me. They'll let me know that I was misquoting. So, but make sure you hit Underdog. Go to underdogfantasy.com. and use the promo code PNP when you do. Yes, they have the gauntlet that's over $2 million in prizes, the mitten that's over 500,000 in prizes, and the little gauntlet that's 100,000 in prizes. You basically now we don't know who the playoff teams yet, but you basically draft players and you draft them based on how far you can get, how far you think they'll make it to the Super Bowl. That's the key. So there's your tip of the day when it comes to best ball drafts. You don't have to adjust. You don't have to adjust your lineups. Just get your quarterbacks, your running backs, your wide receivers, your tight ends, and go from there. Go to underdogfantasy.com and use the promo code PNP when you do. And Carlo, quit bringing up old stuff, man. That was hilarious, though. Breast ball was hilarious. But, best ball made me some money. Have a good have a good night.
Salute to Too Busy. Happy birthday. Happy early birthday.
After early birthday, you Too Busy.
Shout out to Too Busy. All right, let's keep this thing moving. Dave, let's have a quick conversation about Bryce. As we all know, Bryce was peaking, having strung together 3 amazing games. Well, more than 3 to give him more credit than that. But he's playing
5.
really, really well recently. Yeah, I'll give him 5. Pause. Hey, yo, pause. Super pause on that. But he was playing really well, and kind of took a little bit of step back. Turned the ball over a lot in this game. So that begs the question, Dave. Are you out on Bryce? You still? How's everybody feeling? I want to take the temperature of Panther Nation and how they feel on Bryce. Are we still flip flopping? How we feeling?
Based on what, and like I said before, once we went live, man, I haven't watched the game yet. But based on the stat sheet and everything that everybody been telling me and everything that's been going on Twitter, it doesn't seem like this was a Bryce problem. Did Bryce have his best game? No. But I don't think Bryce is alone on this. It always comes down to having you got to have the pieces around you as well. And I think Bryce is going to be fine. It was just a bad day at the office, not just for him, but for everybody.
Yeah, I think that it's interesting though. I think Bryce still showing some flashes, even in that bad game. He still showed some flashes in his game.
Because the parts, like I saw the beginning of the game, did not look that bad from the gate. But there was other things that I saw from the rest of the team I wasn't too impressed with. So I'm not ready to be like it's over. Like Coker, like he's got help, but there was only one. Like the only other guy other than him that showed up was Coker. Like
yeah.
So it's it's not you can't win it. You can't win a game when you only got like 2 or 3 players that show up. You can't. You ain't gonna be able to win a game against a professional team. It's not how it works. So I'm not there.
For me, I feel like this game in particular was more of a situation where we just got outcoached in all facets of the game. So I'm not gonna blame Bryce individually. I just think that the Cowboys were way more prepared, and they just coached a better game. They just point blank period. I think that Bryce. I think that the defensive coordinator for the daggone Cowboys is ready for Bryce, and he studied him well. And that's something we haven't seen yet. We haven't seen teams really adjust to Bryce and how he's been playing recently. And the Cowboys were really complimentary about Bryce in his game recently. So, and they were really, you know what I mean? They were like hyping him up a little bit. And I think they were ready. I think they were ready for Bryce, and they showed it. They showed it. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. Hopefully we can turn it around. Hopefully everybody involved gets better. Canales, everybody starts to coach better, and I think we'll get better. But nobody should be out on Bryce right now. Nobody should be panicking. I think we just got out coached in all facets of the game last week. All right. Any other questions on this day? Or comments or concerns?
Nah, I'm good, man. I'm good.
All right, we'll keep moving. Bryce is gonna be fine. Everybody,
Bryce
relax.
is gonna be fine. Everybody, yeah, man. I've seen some of the panic. I'm like, guys, man, I understand. I know we only got 3 wins. I know over a month ago, folks wanted us to draft a quarterback early, but like I'm not like I've seen too much over the past 5 weeks to be out here giving up on the guy after one bad day, especially when it wasn't just him that had a bad day. You know what I'm saying? Like if it was just him, it was clear. But even then, I'm not going to be ready to jump ship yet because I've seen too much progression between them for the last 5 weeks. So,
Derek says Bryce got to get his footwork consistent. Yeah, that's a part of it, but I just think his footwork is naturally.
How's the footwork of our edge rushers? How's the footwork of our defense? How's the footwork of our scheme?
That ain't got nothing to do. Don't deflect, Dave.
I'm just saying, like you got. I'm just saying.
That ain't got nothing to do with the point of Bryce Young working on his footwork.
And that's fine. But my point is that we always have this habit of like trying to be critical, and because the quarterback's always the easy target, right? This
is a fact, though. I mean,
no. It is. But like, if we were winning, they wouldn't be talking about that man's footwork. That's my point. Like they wouldn't be out here.
I think people would. I think people. It's been an ongoing discussion about his footwork.
No, it has. It has, but the super chat of the footwork analysis would not be appearing if we would have beaten Dallas. That's my point.
No, all super chats get posted.
No. Yeah. Let me be clear.
You mean it would have never got posted?
Yeah. That's my point. Like I think we would have gotten a big win for Bryce, even with the shitty footwork. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just.
He did turn the football over 4 times, and it ain't got nothing to do with the defense. Like, you gotta
Nah, I
see.
ain't got nothing to do with the defense.
We gotta listen. I'm all for it. I'm with your point, but bro, he definitely played a part.
No. He ain't
Let's not put
perfect.
you got
He
your
ain't
cape on,
perfect.
Dave. You got your cape on.
He
You
ain't
got it.
perfect. I'm just, I'm more furious because I think everybody they read their clippings, bro. They read the news, they read the headline.
They did. They were feeling themselves.
They read their clippings, bro, because it wasn't just him. Nobody was ready for that joint. Like Dallas, no. They read the clip book. We should have beat them boys, man. We should have.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it is what it is, though. Bryce is gonna be fine. Nobody should be out on Bryce. Like I said, we're gonna be okay. Let me just real quick hit some of these super chats before we move on. Wade says Bryce was bound to have a game like this, but it helps with the evaluation in the lost season. Let's see how he responds. Yeah, I mean, he responded well. I agree too. He responded well to the benching. Let's see how he bounces back.
I want to see how he bounces back next week against Arizona. That's going to tell me a lot. If he out here, he tried another 4 turnovers and things of that sort, then we can be having a different discussion coming in here on Tuesday.
Yeah.
If I'm here on Tuesday, I'm flying Tuesday, so I don't know if I'm be able to make it Tuesday. I gotta figure that out.
What day is that? Christmas Eve?
Yeah, you want to move the show to Monday this week?
Yeah, we might need to move that because I'm be with.
Yeah, let's move the show. Let's move the show to Monday. Yeah, let's move the show to Monday.
All right. Knucklehead K says, when will they discuss Icky not being who we need at left tackle? Because there's no way his option gets picked up, in my opinion. I mean that. Listen, I think that partially goes along with scheme too. I feel like Icky got put out there on an island against one of the best pass rushers in the league, and he's not that type of left tackle. And you can make an argument, you know what I mean? Like, hey, we need to improve there. I wouldn't disagree. But I also can say that, hey, I think that Icky needs to be put in a better position to win, and he needs some help. When you going against a guy like Parsons, you shouldn't be consistently left out there on the island by yourself to go up against him. He's just too good.
We got some breaking news, man.
Yeah, Cousins got benched.
Yeah, bro.
Not surprised.
Penix is gonna, huh?
Not surprised.
Wow. I know some folks on that coaching staff, so I'll give if y'all want some.
Hey Dave, anytime we talk about the Falcons, we already know that you know people on the coaching staff. You don't have to say that every time we talk about the Falcons.
Hey, look, man, don't be getting hostile with me right now. You ain't got to get hostile. Did you read the super chat yet? Since you out here trying to attack me on this show, this one, look at K. Oh, another one. Okay,
I did. Okay. There's another one though. Wade says our edge rushers play like they got 2 left feet. Yeah. Our edge rush, we certainly do not have a Michael Parsons.
No, we do not. We don't have one of those. We ain't got one of them.
We could get one.
We definitely could get one. We'll be in draft position. Now I'm worried. Now that the Falcons is about here changing quarterbacks, I'm worried now.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. He might get exposed too. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. A-Cash says, to be fair, even Moulton had issues with blocking Micah, so I don't think it's fair to say Icky ain't it after the Dallas game. Icky's been pretty good for the bulk of the season. Again, Micah's just that guy, and you got to scheme better. That's a part of Canales' criticism too. You got to scheme better to keep a guy like Parsons away from the football. I don't think we did a good enough job there. All right, let's see. Let's keep it moving from this perspective. Come on. There we go. All right. Speaking of defense, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, Dave, because JC was asked. JC was asked about this. He was asked about him not traveling, and are you upset with not being able to travel with the wide receiver ones? Dave, did you hear what he said?
I heard it was something to the effect of, he would prefer to follow the wide receiver one, but the scheme's the scheme, or something to that effect.
Well, I think you put a couple words in his mouth, but we'll go with this. He says, y'all got to talk to the this is a quote. Y'all got to talk to the DC. At the end of the day, our scheme is our scheme. Receivers want to go into the slot, but we're not matched up in the slot. So you can't just say, JC, go to the slot and put somebody on the boundary who's never played boundary. Like, it's more than what y'all see. So I'm done with the narrative that they're not allowing me to follow. We're just playing our scheme, and everybody got to play football. Got to win their one-on-ones. So, to that, you all say what?
He needs to be following the number one wide receiver. I don't give a damn what you tell me, bro. Like I look, man. I ain't here. I'm not here to be. If you are the best corner we have, you need to be following our guy, and he's capable of doing it. I'm not rolling.
He is.
I'm not rolling.
He is capable. But I just think it does. Okay, so JC shadows at whoever, right? Then what happens when somebody else gets off?
Well, man.
Then what? I'm just asking a legit question.
If we lose that way, so be it. But we can't be out here getting rocked by the wide receiver one because we out here not having our best corners on the right people, bro.
I think y'all get a little bit too caught up in guys following like that. That's not.
I know that's not the norm. I know that's not.
That's not happening. People is teams are not doing that as often as you all think. Right, there a lot of teams are playing zones. There are some man-to-man teams out there. There's some really good man-to-man corners, but it ain't like it used to be, bro. It's not.
Because they can't. Because the problem is now is that you got so many different exotic offenses and different ways that they get folks open. Because they don't have a problem putting their top guy in the slot. So like you can't. I get it, but at the same time, we can't be out here getting beat by CeeDee Lamb, bro.
Bro, we would have been beat by somebody else. It didn't. I think again,
cost me a fantasy championship. Cost me fantasy playoffs this weekend.
Well, that means you just trash at fantasy football. Don't blame.
I lost by less than a point, man. I'm so devastated.
Well, you should have had a better squad. You should have had a better roster.
Tyreek Hill failed me. I had Devontae Adams, bro. He got like 45 points. I had Lamar.
Well, you should have had somebody else. You didn't have enough. Obviously, your squad was trash.
I should have played Jacoby Myers over freaking Tyreek Hill, and I would have won. But it is what it is. Carry on.
All right. Rob says, "Do you believe Chuba is hurt? He ran out of bounds instead of taking a hit. Could that be why we stopped running the ball?" No, I don't believe that's why we stopped running the ball. Again, I think that's coaching.
That's coaching.
Coaching got away, and they asked Canales about it too. And Canales said, "Hey, man, look, it is what it is. I'm calling the plays. I mean, y'all gotta." And again, we're thin at running back, so that could be part of it too. But
that's true.
I think
true.
I think that even Micah Parsons called it out. Hey, they got away from the run. You got to, and that's what makes it frustrating. I think Canales oftentimes overthinks what he's doing when it comes to the play calling. Like, bro, they are just as bad as a run defense that we are. Like they're right. We're like 1 and 2 when it comes to the worst run defenses in the league, and we did not run the football anywhere near as much as we should have. And then we got behind, and we couldn't. But that's just we've kind of played ourselves into that, and that's just kind of what it is. But I don't believe Chuba's hurt. I wouldn't go that far at all. He ran out of bounds probably just to avoid contact. You don't need to take any unnecessary hits. So I'm not. That's not a big deal to me. But going back to JC and the defense, a really quick, Dave. Here's their stats. CeeDee Lamb. This is what he did against the rest of our cornerbacks. And as you can see, JC only played him twice. Went 2 targets, 2 reps for 26 yards. But my man Jordan Fuller was getting worked. And that, you know why? That's just good. That's just good scheming, good play calling by Mike McCarthy.
Absolutely.
He found a weakness and exploited it. And that's where I don't think we do enough of that. And I just think we just got exposed. And I think Evero got exposed. He got caught multiple times with Fuller on CD, and we didn't adjust quick enough. And they took advantage of it, and we just got outworked. We got outworked, bro. We got outcoached. And so that's just what it is. If it wouldn't have been CD, it would have been somebody else. So like we can go sit up here and complain about CD. Well, bro, it would have been somebody else. Like we just don't. All right.
We ain't adjusting, and we don't have. Like, look at all the different, and you know what? Look at all the different people that they put that CD went up against. So,
They moved them around.
They moved them around.
They got them isolated on linebackers. They got them isolated on safeties. They got them
and
isolated.
Jose Jewell did all right with him when you considering Jose Jewell did all right with him.
His name is Josey Jewell, Dave. You just called him Jose, bro. Goodness gracious.
I'm sorry.
He called my man Jose, bro. Goodness gracious.
Yo, man, you ain't gotta keep emphasizing. I made mistakes. I made a mistake.
Yeah, you said it twice. So you did make mistakes.
It was plural. Yes, it was plural. My apologies. But
call my man Jose Jewell. I mean the Y at the end, depending on what language you reading, I can see it where you got Jose from.
Yo,
Jose,
man, you know
the Y. I can see.
And the thing, man, you had me reading these ads all these times, man. You should never have me reading that.
I see where you got Jose from. I can see it. I see it. The Y is solid.
The Y. Oh man, I'm done. All right.
I ain't letting that one go, bro. Jose Jewell is when I see him.
Look, man, it took a while to get through. It took a while to get past Young Ways. I get it. It is what it is.
Yeah, Young Ways.
Well, what I used to say was crazy.
That's another good one. Yeah. Call my man Young Ho. You call my man Young Ho. Bruh. All right. So that Dave, that's really all I had. Is there any other topics we gotta discuss? Because I got a project to work in the morning, so I
feel you, dog. I mean, other than do you think how you feeling about this game against the Cardinals?
That's a great question. With the Cardinals, bro, I think it's gonna be a tough out. Cardinals are a good team. They kind of playing really good football right now, and I don't quite. I mean, it is a 1:00 game. I think
it is
a 1:00 game. 1:00 game. You got them coming from the West Coast. So could we catch them slipping? Maybe. I don't know, but I have very low expectations. I don't expect us just to come in and win this game. I think it's gonna be a tough out for the Carolina Panthers, especially with all the injuries we're dealing with. I don't see a dub in our future.
Yeah, I'm bro. Yeah, I don't know, bro. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be real tough to beat them boys because they're still fighting for a playoff spot in the West. They're still fighting for the division too. So they're gonna be, but we've had we've done pretty well against Arizona. Historically. Don't know why. We have. So, and that is including them with Kyler. So, I think that we can. I think we'll keep this competitive. I'm hoping.
That's crazy.
What?
My fault. I was looking up the all-time series.
We've dominated them boys. Oh yeah.
Yeah, 14-6 all-time against the Cardinals. 8-4 at home. 6-2 on the road. And we are 2-1 against them in the playoffs. Obviously, 2015 being the last time we played them in the playoffs, and that game was crazy.
And the funny thing is, the one time we lost to them in the playoffs was when they went to the Super Bowl. So, I think we've had a habit of beating these guys. Even if we were the inferior team, we've had a habit of beating these guys. So from that standpoint, Matt Rule I think Matt Rule won a few times against the Cardinals, believe it or not.
2020, he beat them 31-21.
That was the Cam Newton return game.
And then 2020. I thought that was 2021.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
That was 34-10, and then the one prior to that was 2020 was 31-21. So and then 2022 we lost to them 26-16. I don't remember that game.
But overall, I think off the opponent we have a shot to get it. The biggest concern I have is James Conner, who did cost me the Clancy playoff more than anything else. That's what I was going up against. But I am concerned about James Conner. James Conner we have struggled against the run so badly, bro.
Yeah.
And James Conner will run all over us. That is by far my biggest concern. People keep bringing up Kyler. Nah, son. James Conner is my concern, bro. Because we can't stop the run to save our life.
Yeah, we can't stop shit. We can't stop the run at all. It's career high after career high anytime you go up against the Panthers. And it's nothing gonna save it. Like there's no magic bullet that's just gonna come in and be like it's just gonna fix it for the rest of the season. We're basically we are
who we are at this point. Man, we got so many injuries defensively up front. Like we miss the folks that are out, man. But I think we got a shot at this thing. So we're gonna see. I mean,
we're gonna
play. If we're not, and I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the record. And even though with the news of Michael Penix being the starter in Atlanta, because we got Atlanta after Arizona, correct? If I recall correctly.
I think Tampa is after.
Oh, Atlanta's the closer.
And then Atlanta, yeah.
Oh, I was hoping to catch him before he figures it out. Yeah, because looking like Tampa
figures it out.
I like Penn. I thought Penn is the best quarterback in the draft, so I think
you go.
Well,
there you go.
All right, we'll see. Yeah. We're gonna see. But we'll see. We'll see what happens.
So Wade says, I don't think the players believe in his defensive scheme at this point. Evero is a good coach, but might just be time for a new voice, which is interesting. Let's expound upon that for a brief second, because I do the pre-show with Chris from Charlotte Vibe, and he has had a guy. What's my guy's name? Alex, that works for the Charlotte Observer. What's my man last name?
I don't know.
His name Alex. Y'all know who I'm talking about.
I'm not doubting it,
because he's really good. He's good at what he does. And it was funny because me and Chris were bringing up the fact that the fans are saying, "Hey, this guy is everybody's talking about him getting the can," and Alex is like, "What are y'all talking about?" Like Evero is one of the most respected. Zetlo, Alex Zetlo is the guy's name. Shout out to Alex Zetlo. Cool dude, man. Cool. He's one of the homies. I'm definitely gonna get him on the show at some point. But works for the Charlotte Observer, covers the Panthers, and he was flabbergasted with the fact that we're talking about potentially walking or giving Evero a pink slip to coach somewhere else. And it's like, yo, I'm like, bro, are you not watching the same thing we watching? Like there's some validation, but I guess inside the building, there's absolutely no talks of that. And even Canales has gone on record saying, "Hey, we're going to keep the scheme. The 3-4 is the 3-4, and we're not changing it. He's a good coach." Blah 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 blah. But that's cool. But bro, you would be remiss if you didn't. There's something that needs to be fixed here, right? You got to do something, and I get it. I've gone on record saying, with all that said, yo, he ain't got his top guys. There's no Derrick Brown. Derrick Brown would change the run game and the run defense tremendously just having him there. Obviously, Shaq did not being there either. There's some issues. We're missing some guys. So it's just interesting. The inside the building, Alex is like, there's nobody talking about that.
No, I'm not shocked by that at all. Because I mean, they probably factor in the fact of all the injuries that man's had. I mean, he lost his best edge rusher via trade. He his best lineman was out for the season. He's had injuries throughout the defense all season. So I mean, that could be a factor in it too. Like I know folks aren't happy with what we're seeing, but it's because we didn't have the depth. But it comes to a point where not too many teams in the NFL would have the depth with all the injuries that we've had defensively. So it might not. I don't think Evero being gone after this season is like a done deal, like people have been saying. Because you gotta have some talent.
Yeah,
too.
I think that though, if there is an opportunity for them to get Salah, I think that's going to happen.
No, I agree.
I'm staying by that.
But I think, unlike last year, when they wouldn't allow him to interview with other people for a defensive coordinator job, I don't think that's going to happen this year. But I don't think they're going to let him go either, unless they know for a fact they got Salah locked in. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's just my opinion.
It's going to be very interesting how this plays out because it's going to be interesting. I don't know, man. I don't know. There's room for improvement on defense.
Absolutely.
We'll keep it
absolutely.
at that. But we also got to recognize that there's a talent deficiency there too.
Yeah,
And
man. He ain't.
We
Look,
gotta acknowledge that. So
no, I mean it matters a little bit, man. Like I know folks, everybody ain't gonna be. You ain't gonna always have all your best guys, but at some point you gotta have some type of talent. And he's been struggling defensively because of that. I think that was been a factor. Now we can have the argument, well, he was struggling against the run last year. That's a fair assessment. That's a fair assessment.
Jameis got benched too, bruh.
Word.
Not cool.
Well,
how do you bench the GOAT?
He ain't the GOAT, but he does love the Lord.
Yo.
he definitely loves the Lord. But he's definitely not the GOAT, but he definitely loves the Lord, The bench one of God's children is atrocious, but it is what it is. He's not been playing well.
Jameis.
Yo, I love Jameis too, man.
Bro. Yo, Jameis Winston is the GOAT, bro. Jameis Winston, bro. I can't
God did deliver him from this.
Yo.
Oh my God! I love Jameis, bro.
Immediately, bro.
Yo, Jameis got to be protected at all costs, bro. Because like all jokes aside, Jameis has some games, man. Y'all can hate all you want. James has some games, bro. But you knew it was going to happen. You knew it was going to happen.
The only thing bad about bringing Jameis to Carolina is that he's probably not going to get a snow game here in the
He's
Carolina.
not, bro.
This can be unfortunate, but he's great, bro. Jameis is great.
Because they still got Dorius Thompson, right?
That's who's starting.
Yeah, that's who's starting now, right? Yeah. Now he's pretty good. So, but man, I like Jameis, man. Jameis starting is great for the NFL. Like it's just great for the NFL as a whole. It is great for the NFL.
It is. But all right, man.
Let's shut it
else
down,
we
bro.
Want to talk about? All right, cool. Because I'm tired and I got.
I feel you, bro.
With that said, man, make sure that like button, subscribe button, notification button in the comments. We'll have
Monday.
Monday. Show's gonna be Monday next week. Obviously, we staying away from Christmas Eve. Enjoy your families. I'll see y'all at the game. Get in that Discord if you want a chance to go to the game on Sunday, and I will give it away to the first person that responds. Hopefully, I would give it to somebody who's never been to a game first. Obviously, I start there. I start with MVPs as well. MVP, never been to a game, and then we'll go from there.
Which game is it?
It's the Cardinals.
Oh, that's next. Oh, this week. It's this weekend.
Yeah. Yes, this weekend.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't swing that.
Yep. All right. With that, go ahead. So Steve said you got a quick question. Go ahead.
You got a quick question? Go ahead, man. Make it quick.
Go ahead,
and somebody earlier in the show asked me what shirt this was. This is from Guilty Gear, man. It's a Guilty Gear shirt I bought at one of the tournaments I was competing in. So Guilty Gear, Heaven or Hell.
Steve says, "What's the deal with Shaq?" Well, he's on IR.
He's on IR. He's out for the season.
Yeah, he's on IR. He's season-ending injury. He's been gone for the season. So that's we lost him early in the game. Early, long time ago. All right. So with that said, let's close this thing out. Like, subscribe, notification bell. Get in the comments. We'll holler at y'all next week. We out of here. Peace.